Well, I think that we also have to talk about the narrative and making sure we're starting at the beginning. You will find that the people doing the oppressing often want to start the narrative at a convenient point. We always want to start the story in the middle. This started with a kid getting shot and killed and left in the street for 4 hours. I've never seen a white body left in the street for 4 hours in the sweltering heat. I've never. It would, you know, the cop doesn't call in the shooting. The body isn't put in an ambulance. It's shuttled away in some shady, unmarked SUV. There's a lot of bizarre behavior going on, and that is the story. That's where we need journalism. That's where we need that element of our society to kick into gear and not just keep playing a loop that gets discovered of what the kid may have done or did apparently in a convenience store. That's unfortunate. That, you know, if that happened, that's going to be factored in, like it or not. But we need journalism to kick in and start telling the story from the beginning. This is about finding justice for a kid that was shot, an 18-year-old that was shot, period. And this idea that because he stole a handful of cheap cigars, what's that, $5 from a convenience store? I lived in the white suburbs of this country for a long time. I know plenty of white kids that steal stuff from this convenience store. There's plenty of this idea that every time a black person does something, they automatically become a thug worthy of their own death. When it's that we don't own drug crimes. We're not the only ones that sell and do drugs all the time. We're not the only ones that steal. We're not the only ones that talk crazy to cops. You know, there's a complete double standard and a complete different experience that a certain element of this country has the privilege of being treated like human beings, and the rest of us are not treated like human beings. Period. And that needs to be discussed. That is the story. All right, so that's what gets very frustrating, I think, for people, because you don't know five black men in particular that have not been harassed and felt threatened by police officers. You can't throw a rock and find 5 of them.
Yeah. Jesse Williams, I can't think.
We're not making this up.
Yeah, I absolutely understand. I hear you. I hope you will join in another conversation of this same ilk. I really appreciate your time. Thanks so much, Jesse Williams.
Thank you for having me.